Hey, welcome back to season 4 of Wind Down Wednesday with my Lady of the Week. Look, I had to get some music that could give me some energy tonight because my Lady of the Week coming into the wine room is full of energy. I just needed to be able to match her energy. Oh, look at everybody coming on in here. Hi guys, happy Wednesday. All right, this evening's live is called Health is Wealth. So you can have all the money in the bank, but if your health is declining, good luck. My Lady of the Week this week, she is a wife, a mother of 3, a wellness expert, and an entrepreneur. If you guys give me a sec, I'll bring Miss Claudine Cooper into the wine room. But let me see who's in here so far. Hey, baby girl 170. Oh, baby girl 79. Hello. Hi. Thank you for joining us. Hey, Danielle. Dr. Renee to you. She's joined. Hey, lady. Let's see who's in here. Hey, Johnny. Hey. Hey, Alex. Look. Yes, y'all know Alex would be here. Didn't he beat his face yet again? Thank you, Alex. You guys go follow him at MUA Alex with what? 2X. He loves when I say that. Go follow him, guys. All right, let's see who else we have coming in. Yes. Glamorous by Ness. Hi, Glamorous by Ness. Hi. Thank you for joining us this evening. All right, you guys. I hope you guys had a wonderful Wednesday. Before we bring Miss Claudine Cooper into the wine room, you all know the drill. Raise those glasses. I hope you got your beverage of choice in your wine glass. All right, y'all. Let's see. Wait. Hey, Lanny B, the stylist. Look at my hair, y'all. It's cute, right? Thank you, girl. You guys can go follow her at Lanny B as in Bravo, the stylist. That is her Instagram handle. Oh, you like my shirt? Yes, that's Miss Sade. Yes. All right, y'all. I'm just waiting for Claudine to push her button so I can bring her on in the wine room. But let me see who else is here. I have the Meekovator. I hope I said that right. You joined us. Hi. That's a first. I don't think I've ever seen you here in the wine room, but thank you for joining us this evening. Let's see who else we have. Oh, you guys. Oh, I love when you guys are all on time. All right, so give me 1 second and let's see if... Oh, you're from London. The Meekovator has joined us from London. I was in London about a month ago. Had a fabulous time. The weather was perfect. So, hey, Phyllis at PCPR_communications_agency. Hey, lady. How are you? All right. Oh, there she is. Miss Claudine Cooper has just come on into the wine room. And we're going to get this party started. Give me 1 second, guys, as I bring her in. Guys. All right. Let's see. Give her a couple of seconds and we'll get her on in here. Hello, beautiful.
Can you see me okay?
Yes, I can see you just fine.
This camera up. Hey, guys. Hey, everybody. I'm going to get in here. Hey, Desmond. I see you jumping in here. Hi, you guys. Good evening, everyone. Hey, what's up, Nikki?
Everybody's jumping in here. You want the party with you.
Hold on 1 second.
Can you hear me? All right, y'all. We'll get this all the way together in a second. I can hear you just fine.
Okay. Boom. I can hear you too. You look amazing.
And so do you, my dear. Wait, is that a red lip you have on?
Is that a what?
I said, do you have on red lipstick?
I sure do.
Ah!
Just for you, girl. Because Lord knows I'm not wearing no red lipstick to teach a class. You know that.
I love it. I love it. Okay, so real quick, because I know you have to teach your class at 6, so we're going to get this party started. But before we do, I don't know if you have your glass. Did you bring your glass? You can have a little taste.
I want to show you what it says.
What does it say? You know it's backwards, so I can't read it. You have to read it to me.
Give thanks.
Oh, I love that. That's so you. Of course, you'd have a glass that says "Give thanks." Clink, 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 clink.
Cheers.
Let's take a little sip. All right. All right. So,
sipping on? What y'all sipping on? Hi, Alex. Hi, sweetie. You guys, I'm excited to be on this particular live video because I tap in to her live videos almost every Wednesday just to stop by and say hi before I go teach my class.
and I appreciate you doing that. And listen, so before I get started, I just wanted to publicly say thank you so much for what you did last year for me, Claudine. Claudine showed up in the midst of a pandemic to help me launch Hey Lady. She came and she took photos. She didn't ask for anything. You showed up in good spirits and you rocked the hell out of that photo shoot. So I just wanted to, again, say thank you so much, Claudine. I appreciate you showing up for me.
It's my pleasure. When you told me that you had this vision for women who were over 40.
Yes.
I was like, yes, girl, what do you need from me? But let me just say this, you guys. Let me tell you what happened, though. She asked me and she told me, just come take some pictures, blah, 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 fine. We get here, this girl, stop. This girl has a whole outfit wardrobe for us. I mean, we were fitted. We looked great. Why wouldn't I be in good spirits? Hello, you took care of your girl.
I love it. And yes, you guys did. Okay, so let's go ahead and just jump into this because like I said, you got a class to teach at 6. So Claudine, can you tell everyone who you are and where you're from?
First of all, thank you guys all for tapping in. I know that some of these people are from my page, some of these people are from your page. And I just want to take a second to say how much we appreciate you being here. Your time is valuable. So shout out to the people who are here. My name is Claudine Cooper. I'm a fitness trainer. I live in Englewood, California. I own my own studio in partnership with Marisa Johnson. It's called The Grace Space. So that's my current situation. I'm going to let you do what you do.
And you're originally from Minnesota, right?
I'm originally from Minneapolis, Minnesota, yes.
I love it. And so I am always amazed at people who leave their hometowns and move way across country to start life anew. You did that at the age of 18. What in the world made you do it? And how did you choose LA?
Well, LA was not my first stop. Let me be clear in saying that I bounced around. Shout out to the ATL. That's where I spent most of my time. Yeah, so what made me leave my hometown? It's interesting. I always wonder this. When you travel somewhere, do you go somewhere and then you say, oh, I really love this place. And then do you start plotting on how you could live there? Well, that's what I did. Basically, my mom took me to Arizona when we were maybe early teens. And when we left Minnesota, it was cold as shit. It was like 20 inches of snow. Girl, right. And we get to Arizona and it's 89 degrees and sunny in March. So I say to my mom, why do we live in the tundra, Why we lived in the tundra? And she was like, you can move wherever you want to when you get to be 18. Bet you ain't said nothing but a word. That's how my mind works. You tell me I can, you can do.
Right.
Challenge accepted.
Right. And I love that because, I always say, and like you, I know you say you came from humble beginnings. And I think that sometimes as parents, we think that it's the money that is the most important thing. But something your mom did for you, which is the same thing my mom did for me, and that does not give me the spirit of fear. So how important is that for you, now that you're a mom, that you also allow for your children to be able to spread their wings?
Oh, you mean how my oldest daughter just dropped me off at work and took my car and left? You mean like that?
Like that. Like that.
You're a mom. Your child is an adult. My children are moving into adulthood. We want them to be independent. We want them to go after their dreams. Why would I instill a spirit of fear in a child who I want to see succeed? Mm-hmm. If I want you to succeed, I don't want you to be fearful of everything. I want to equip you with the information, and then you go ahead and make your decisions, rest in your consequences, because I can't pay consequences for you, and I can't protect you from the consequences that you will face based on your own decisions. And what most parents do, in my humble opinion, they stay trying to keep their kids from having to pay any consequences.
Absolutely.
Paralyzing them from the ability to learn from life's greatest teacher, which is failure. If you do not allow your children to learn from life's greatest teacher, they will end up living with you. Nah, let me stop.
Let me 35 living with you. Right.
Just kidding.
Right. No, I love that. Yes, I think, you know, when we talk about just different generations, and when we think about like our generations and how we went outside and we played and we got dirty and we got, you know, bruises and all this, you know, our children don't really necessarily know that type of grind. And we're so busy trying to protect them from all of that, you know, sometimes it stifles them in their growth. So you definitely have to, they have to face the consequences of their actions. So kudos for you for not instilling that spirit. Okay, so you're here in LA, you land and you decide you're gonna move to Englewood. And this is Englewood before gentrification. So why was it important for you to live in Englewood?
Well, as you stated earlier, because I do come from humble beginnings, I felt very uncomfortable in some of the more luxurious neighborhoods of LA. In fact, I found it to be off-putting for me. The energy of the opulence, the energy of the quest for more, this need to kind of demonstrate your wealth. I just, you know, I wasn't vibing with that. That's not my vibe. So I was looking for places where people work and kind of just, you know, may have to drive a hoopty or, you know, whatever you guys call it, a broke down, you know, because it felt more like home to me. It felt more like what I come from.
Like community. Yeah, community. And so as I opened up, I did say that you're married, and you've been married for almost 20 years. And that is not an easy feat, especially here in quote unquote Hollywood. So what do you attribute the longevity of your marriage to?
Okay, well, let me start by saying that I don't have a Hollywood love story, friends. I have an Englewood love story, which is a little bit different.
Right.
Two hardworking people come together and have a vision for their life that requires partnership. You understand? We both knew what we wanted. We took the time to talk about things like finances. How many children do you want? What do you see for the care of your children? What do you see for your future? What is your goal in the next 5 years? Things like this. We didn't just, you know, fall in love with each other's looks, let's just say like that, right? Because I find him very handsome, very attractive, and I believe he would say the same about his girl. But
right. Right.
But in reality, we discussed the deeper layers that are required for long-term partnership. And yes, things morph and evolve and change over time, but those core values that you agreed upon and envisioned with, those are what you lean on when things get a little more complicated, let's just say.
Yeah, so when I say Hollywood, I mean kind of like you said, you know, you fall in love with the looks or the stuff of it. You know what I mean? It's about the monetary gain or the materialism, you know, that a lot of people tend to fall in love with and not have anything to fall back on, to your point about the things that are really important in your relationship. Okay, so in doing that, you've managed to be able to have a work-life balance, if you will. And a lot of women struggle with that. A lot of women that are married, they struggle with maybe pursuing their passion. So how have you been able to do all of that and still have your family unit, but also go after the thing that you really love doing?
You know, I wish I had a good answer for this, but y'all, I'd be drowned into like everybody else. It's a lot. I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I'm saying? To say that I look like I have it together reminds me of this weekend. I was at the pool with my neighbors, and one of my neighbors, she said, "Oh, Claudine, don't you miss when our kids were little? They would play at the park and we would just sit and watch them and da-da-da." And I said, to be honest with you, those years were very challenging for me. I had 3 babies under 5 years old that I was trying to manage in a playground, one who's in the pack breastfeeding, one who's toddling around, barely can walk, and another one who wants to climb off the tallest peak at the park. So she's talking about her experience with one child, and
Right.
I'm remembering my experience with 3 kids in 5 years.
Right.
So it's not easy, and I don't know that I have an answer, but I guess what I will say is I never stopped doing what I love. I never stopped, even, you know, listen, if I only did 1 class per week, which for many years, that's all I could do. I did a Saturday morning body pump class in Manhattan Beach. That was all I could do for a while. And then I added a class. Then Slosson's gym opened and it's by the house. So then I'm over there, and you know, anyways, I never stopped doing what I love.
No, that's awesome. And I think that women need to hear that it's okay to still do the things that you love. And speaking of doing what you love, you worked for 24-Hour Fitness for almost 20 years, right?
Over 20 years.
Over 20 years. And I was looking at one of your videos, because I may not catch your lives all the time, but I do go back and I look at your videos, and you spoke about how you showed up, how you never missed a class, how you said through breastfeeding, through kids, through all of that. What is that sense of selflessness in your give back? Where does that come from, Claudine?
So I don't know that it's completely selfless. I think there is some selfishness to it.
In what regard? In what regard do you feel like it's selfishness?
I needed the people who I was exercising with as much as they needed me. They thought I was there strictly to serve them, but what they don't realize is that they were serving me as well. I learned so much from so many people about all kinds of things: love, loss, heartache, grief. People come to me when they're broken, you know. They want to be fixed. They have health concerns, or they have body image, you know, issues. And so when people come to see me, they are helping me heal the things in myself that people like you or someone who may watch my videos may be like, "Oh, she looks like she has it all together." But at the end of the day, we're all a work in progress. All of us healing from things maybe we don't talk about. Right. You know? And so every day I would show up with my kids in tow, and I would go teach a class, and, you know, I would share my life, and I would share my journey, and I would talk about the things that I was going through. And after class, people would come to me and they would say, "I'm going through that too. You know, this happened to me in my life," or "I'm struggling right now too about this, that, and the third." Having those babies and working out pregnant and coming postpartum to class to teach, that helped so many people see that it's possible to work through the hard times and get on the other side of it.
So were you doing that in conjunction to your workouts at Darby Park as well? Wow, Claudine.
Yeah.
So you were doing the workouts for free. In the park. And so when you first started doing that, like, were the people from the gym coming there, or these were just, okay, so they started coming there. You started doing that for free, and then clearly you saw a necessity within the community to get people moving. Can you talk about that for us?
Yeah, you know, movement is healing. And I noticed that there were a lot of people in need of healing. And so when you move your body, you heal your mind. When you move your body, you get things going and you start to feel more confident, you feel more joy. There's a light about you. And I feel like what happened was someone asked me, I wasn't planning to teach free classes.
Right.
Although quiet as it's kept, I was never actually making any money off of teaching classes at the gym. I was doing that. Girl, you know these bills in Los Angeles, California? You know about these bills in Los...
Yes, very much.
Ain't no gym.
Right.
The gym can't touch these bills.
Right. Right.
No, girl, no, I was doing that for my spirit. I was doing that for my soul. I need to move my body. I want to do it with you. I want to do it with you. I want to do it with you. And when we move our body, we heal our mind. And when we heal our mind, we go out into the world with more joy, with more purpose, with more passion, like you said, right?
Absolutely.
So it served me. And so when someone told me they couldn't afford the gym membership, I was like, what? Go to the park. I'll meet you at the park. Let's go. Let's move. Let's heal.
Wow. Okay. So did the pandemic, were you let go as a result of the pandemic yeah? Okay. And so, you know, I always say you can find beauty out of chaos, you know? And so while the pandemic was chaotic for us, I think the beauty that came out of that was that you were really able to probably reach even more people as a result of them being home, right?
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It was crazy. Like, I'm still not fully processing what has happened over the last 2 years.
Right.
Just in our society, in our world, in my spirit, in my profession. I'm like, whoa, okay. So God, now I'm, you know, not to get all religious, but baby,
hey,
God,
go there.
God said, I'm going to expand your territory. And I'm going to make you really uncomfortable in the process. And I was like, no, I don't want that. You ever see that thing? You ever see that thing on the internet? And it says, there's like a little girl, she's holding her teddy bear, and God says,
and God has the, yes. I love it.
That was me.
Yeah. And so I know that there was a point in time where you were working out in the park, and some of your neighbors decided they didn't like what you were doing in the park and complained. But then it seemed like an even bigger blessing ended up coming out of that. So talk to us about how you were able to pivot from there and to something even greater.
Yeah, so I had been teaching these free classes at the park. And during the pandemic, the park was the only place to exercise because all the gyms, they were shut.
Right.
And so we would meet up every Saturday, socially distanced, okay? People wore their masks and it was very safe. We were outside. But baby, when I tell you, for some people, it was the only time, 1 hour, that they would feel connection to other human beings. These are people that were not comfortable talking to anyone. These are people that were not comfortable being in 45 to 55 minutes of movement with humans, not necessarily a lot of interaction. And people were recharged and revitalized and rejuvenated. And I was shocked. I was like, oh my God, okay.
Wow.
But so many people came that I had to get a bigger speaker.
Okay.
And when I got a bigger speaker, I thought to myself, someone's not going to like this.
Yep.
I kind of knew, but the music wouldn't reach all these people in this expansive park if it wasn't a big speaker. So we ended up getting complained about. They told us that we could continue the workout, but we would have to do it with no music.
Well, what's a workout with no music? I mean, how are we going to do that, right?
What is a workout with no music?
Right.
Sound crazy as heck. That's like a peanut butter sandwich
with no jelly. Right.
So, just as I was lightweight stressing, but I wasn't even really stressing. I'm gonna be honest with you, girl. I was not really stressing. My faith has expanded in such a way that I'm not even conflicted anymore. I already know that I'm being promoted. Even at my lowest loss during the last few years, in my spirit, I knew it had to happen for the next thing to happen. So even when I got this situation with the no music at the park and I said, forget it, I knew in my spirit bigger was coming. So when SoFi Stadium, Hollywood Park, the development outside of the stadium wanted to do a community workout, I was like, this.
Amazing.
So,
Claudine, one thing I will say about you, and it's interesting, is because I have a neighbor, and I told her, I said, I'm going to feature her as my lady of the week. I'm going to feature Claudine Cooper. And she goes, I know her. I said, you do? She goes, well, I follow her on Instagram. And I said, well, how did you find her? She says, she was moving here from Texas. Hey, Danielle, I know you're out there. She was moving here from Texas, and she said she wanted to find a place to work out, and she came across your video. And she said she just connected with you. So I want to ask you, what do you feel is the thing that people resonate with you the most?
How do I know? I have no idea.
No?
I mean, girl, I be asking myself the same thing. Like, what is it? I wish I knew. All I can say is, I'll share with you a story. I got a million stories, girl.
I love it.
When I was about 9 years old, I was with my grandmother because I had very young parents, and so my parents oftentimes left me with my grandparents. So I was with my grandmother. We're downtown Minneapolis, huge festival, tons of people. I'm like, hey, Tanya. Hey,
everybody.
And my grandmother was like, how do you remember all these? How do you even? She was like, you are 9 years old. How do you know all these people? And I said, daycare, camp, school. But one thing I believe is, I believe we are who we are from the time we are this big.
Right.
So we are that person. If that person is an introvert, if that person is shy, if that person is a talker, if that person is a connector, whatever you are, you were that when you were 9.
Right.
And so nothing about that has changed, really. I know how to talk to people.
Well, can I tell you what I think it is?
Please.
It's your authenticity. And that is something that you don't find nowadays. And so when you're doing your videos, when you're in the community, doing what you do, it comes across as very authentic. Not only that, you're very transparent. So to your point earlier about not painting a story that's all rosy and, lollipop and gumdrops, it's that transparency that also comes through, like I said, through your videos, and you really wanting to see other people win. So that's what I see.
Baby, I don't even have to like you. If I don't even like you, I still want you to win, because I really want all of us to win. I'm really on that. But at the same time, I don't necessarily vibe with everyone, but even people I don't vibe with, I still want to see them win. I still click the like button. I still say, way to go. What?
Absolutely. And like I said, you can see that. You can see that. And that's unfortunately, everyone doesn't have that. But you do. So, all right. So a couple more questions because I know you have to go. You've got your class to teach. I want to know, what advice would you give to a woman over 40 who has a passion that's been brewing inside of her, but she's afraid to take that leap of faith because, you know, she's a wife, she's a mom, and she's just fearful of the other side of, you know, the unknown for her? What advice would you give her?
I would say, do you want to wake up 70 with regrets, or do you want to wake up 70 and feel accomplished?
I love that. I love that. Simple as that. Yeah. No, and that's to all of us. You know what I mean? I think what happens to so many people is that they overthink everything or think that they need to have all of the answers to, you know, what lies ahead. And sometimes all you do is just take that leap of faith. Like you took the leap of faith to move here. You took the leap of faith to follow your passion. You know, that is what life is truly, truly all about. Okay, I know that now you are opening up your own studio. So can you please tell everyone about your newest venture?
So it's already open, and I teach classes here Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, and we are adding new teachers. So if anybody's watching this and, you know, you feel like you want to throw your hat in the ring, yeah, it's very exciting to be in my neighborhood, in my community, doing the work I love with people I vibe with. That is a gift. Let me tell you, I didn't even realize that was a real life gift until I didn't have to cater to people who think I work for them. Baby, I've been doing this job so long. I've been doing this job so long, and like you asked me about money earlier, let me just talk to the people real quick. I have never done this for money. I have been working my passion for 25 years, and even when people treated me as if I work for them because they know that a gym employee is a gym employee, you don't know. You don't know, but it's okay. And that's the reason I love being able to work for myself, because now all the years of service that I've given to people who've been very receptive and loved what we do together, and to people who I've had to cater to, people who have come into the class with a certain amount of, what's the word? Entitlement? And I would cater to that person. And I learned a lot from that. And I want to thank even the people who taught me how to cater to people. I want to thank the people who humbled me, so that when I'm in this position with the people in my neighborhood who are coming and frequenting my business, who are supporting my business, I can cater to them too.
Love it. I love it. And you have a free class that you're doing Thanksgiving morning?
I do. So on Thanksgiving, for 20 years, I have taught my class. Girl, quick story, and then I'm going to...
and then I have nowhere to go. You got to teach a class at 6, so I can keep going.
I know. I got to get these mats out and all this stuff. But listen, my daughter was sick. I had to make a decision. This is a whole nother conversation, but I had to relinquish control and let my husband care for our sick child so I could go teach on Thanksgiving morning, because 55 people were waiting for me to teach a fitness class at the gym on Thanksgiving morning for the last 15 to 20 years. So listen, I said, you know what? This year, Thanksgiving morning, we're having it at the Grace Space, at my own studio, with my own community, and whoever want to come, I love it. Come, baby, come. I love it. This sauce.
I love it. Do we need to register online, or we can just show up? And what's the address so everybody can have the address?
401 East Hillcrest in Englewood.
All right, you guys, you got that 401 East Hill Press. So let's get our workout on before we eat this turkey and everything else. We can feel good about eating that food because we've gotten a workout on, right?
You got to sweat a few off beforehand. You know
right,
what I
before
mean?
you put a few back on. Got it. I love it. Okay, so my last two questions that I always like to ask each of my guests before we wrap up. What is the best advice ever given to you?
The best advice. You know, I don't know if I've had wonderful advice, but I remember my grandmother, who was married to my grandfather for 64 years.
Wow.
She gave me some marital advice. And I'm going to tell you what she said, because maybe this will bless someone today.
All right, y'all listening? Write this down.
She said, it's not if you fight, it's how you fight that matters.
I think that translates just to life, though, in general, right? Whether you're married or not, you know, because the only person we can control is ourselves at the end of the day, right? I love that. Love that. Okay, last question. Do you have a favorite quote? Is there a certain mantra or anything that you live by?
I do. And it's actually in our bathroom here. It says, what's meant for you won't pass you by.
What's meant for you won't pass you by. I love it.
I believe that.
It's beautiful. Oh, Claudine, we did it, and I only kept you 4 additional minutes. So, okay, so real quick, let's just see if anybody in the audience has any questions or want to say anything. You got a lot of love in here, honey. A lot of love. Everybody's just saying hello. They're saying you look beautiful. Queen. Let's see. Somebody said Anthony is Ms. says Claudine is fun, real, kind, and genuinely cares. And you're definitely not Hollywood. I love it. I love it. You're a Southern girl. She was just saying true to some of the things that you were saying. And okay. All right, people. All right, Miss Claudine. Well, I am going to let you go. I am going to see you next Thursday morning. I promise that I will be there on time with all my bells and whistles at 9 a.m. to take your class. Okay. Before we go, let's make sure we toast it out. Grab that glass. Get another drink of your wine. You're grateful.
Yes, this is, I don't know if I should be doing this before I start.
Well, it's only a sip. You know, it's just get the blood flow. That's all.
So I couldn't see the comments, but I do want to take a second because, like you said, I recognize some of the names in the comments and stuff. So I just want to say real quick that the community online that supports this actual Wednesday wind down and supports my videos and all of that is so down, like just down as 4 flat tires. So I just want to say thank you to them again for being here and tapping in with us. But I gotta go teach my class now.
Absolutely. All right, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in for another edition of Wind Down Wednesday with my lady of the week, Miss Claudine Cooper. Round of applause. All right, guys. We'll see you later. Bye.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye-bye.